Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
In the news tonight, more war awards erupt between Fiji First and the NFP. Political party rallies intensify. And PM assures November 14th will be free, fair and transparent.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Amrita Sagar.
The NFP continues to be condemned by the ruling party, and this time Fiji First candidate Reginald Jokan claims the NFP leader owes him money since 2003. The managing director of the Jokan Realities Limited told Fiji First supporters at their family fun day in Nandi yesterday that he sold Prasad's Lodala Beach property for $215,000 and was supposed to receive $15,000 commission. 15 years later, Jokan claims he's only received $5,000 from the NFP leader. Akusita Tale with more details.
Fiji First candidate Reginald Jokan claims the payment of commission by Biman Prasad was done through a verbal gentleman agreement, adding that he's yet to receive $10,000 more, but attempts to recover the balance has not been received well. Jokan claims the NFP leader has been stalling payments and even once received threats that his real estate company will be audited if he asks for payments again. He claims he's come out in public about this to alert Fijians.
Nothing to gain over here by saying any lies here. What I'm trying to tell the people of Fiji, would you trust a person like him to run this country? Would you leave the future of your children in a person's hand to run this country? A person who cannot honor his own agreement. The question is there.
In response, the NFP leader took a swipe at Jokan, saying his claims are defamatory and gutter-level rubbish, adding the agreement was to only pay $5,000, which has been done. He says legal actions will be taken against Jokan.
That was the end of the story. For him to now claim after 15 years that I needed to pay him more is utter rubbish. And this is the kind of tactic, gutter-level tactic, that the Fiji First Party candidates and the Fiji First Party leadership is trying to use to defame and bring disrepute to the National Federation Party and to the leader of the party.
However, in a separate twist this afternoon, NFP candidate Kamal Aya claims Jokan urged dishonesty and exploitation of ordinary people by advising one of his clients via email to seek residential tenancy on how to beat the rent freeze to avoid any issues with Revenue and Customs Service.
They are now looking at loopholes which doesn't hold any ground. I haven't said anything illegal. It would be illegal if there was a rent for $100 and I'll tell the landlord we can increase it to $150. That's illegal. Why aren't they touching on the same email that says you must get all contracts registered with FERCA, basically, or with the Inland Revenues Department? Why aren't they saying that I'm advising on the right point?
While Aya claims Jokan is encouraging fraudulent practice and forcing would-be tenants to pay exorbitant rent, Jokan, on the other hand, says he hasn't done anything wrong. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Leaders of three major political parties, namely Social Democratic Liberal Party, the National Federation Party and the Fiji First Party, have all spoken about concepts on delivering a better Fiji. The recent campaign trail has seen SEDELPA leader Sitiveni Rambuka and NFP President Pio Tikunduandua talking about a change in government. However, Fiji First leader Varange Bainimarama thinks otherwise.
The rate of election was announced 3 weeks ago, and since then the political campaigns and rallies has intensified across the country. Various political parties have been vocal about issues aimed at influencing as much voters as possible.
The leadership that listens, compassionate leadership, doing what is right with malice towards none.
For a party that has constantly talked about change, the National Federation Party claims it's high time Fijians receive a much-needed change in the political landscape.
You know, no party is here to contest to lose. We're here working very hard to cause the change, and the change is to have a new government with a new leadership and a new vision for Fiji. If for anything, it's time now to change. 12 years is a long time.
The Fiji First has taken a gigantic step ahead of other parties in terms of going full force in their party rallies, drawing huge crowd. Party leader Vorenge Bainimarama says their work in government speaks volume of what the party will offer to Fijians.
If you want Fiji to prosper, please listen to this. If you want Fiji to prosper, we don't need this kind of opposition. Kochu governo na NFP, kochu governo na Sotelpa. We don't need that. If we want to move forward and Fiji to prosper, and these kids, these children of us to find a better life, we don't want those kind of political parties on board.
With all the major political parties going all out to try and influence people, the onus will be on individuals who will have to cast their vote on November 14 based on what they believe is good for them and the future of this country. Akusita Tali, FBC News.
The Fijian Elections Office is urging those who will be unable to vote on polling day on the 14th of November to apply for a postal ballot. Supervisor of Elections Mohammed Saneem says there are only 4 days remaining for those who want to vote, but for whatever reason will be unable to make it to a polling venue on election day. He says so far 4,450 applications for postal voting has been received as of Friday last week.
The FEO will not accept any postal voting application forms after 5 p.m. on 24th of October. Our special request goes to those who are working on election day, those in the medical sector, in the tourism sector, in the emergency response sector, to please expedite your applications so that we are able to process it and log it in so that you are able to receive your ballot papers whilst in the line of service.
Meanwhile, the Elections Office has dispatched 6,600 voter instruction booklets to be delivered to the Lao Group in preparation for pre-poll for the 2018 general election. The Lao Group has 6,515 registered voters, and the voter instruction booklets and a distribution team departed from the government shipping yard in Suva on board the MV Bainitakali today. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has told Fijians residing in Sydney, Australia, that next month's election will be free and fair. Speaking at the Fiji Independence Day Festival, Bainimarama says this will be the second national election under the 2013 Constitution. Catherine Krishna reports.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has assured Fijians living overseas that the general election will be transparent.
Will be free and fair and will be conducted in a transparent manner. Every vote will matter equally. Every voice will be heard, and the outcome will reflect the genuine will of the Fijian people. But even though elections may be around the corner, today isn't a day of politics. It's a day to celebrate everything that is great about being a Fijian. It's a day to celebrate our unity, regardless of whatever political differences may exist between us. And it is a day to be proud of our country, proud of our people, and proud of what, together, we've been able to accomplish.
Bainimarama reminded the huge Fijian community in Sydney to share the news and developments of Fiji with those that were not present at the event yesterday. He also highlighted Fiji's tremendous improvements in other sectors.
Unemployment sits at the lowest point in decades. We are experiencing record infrastructure development and expansion of critical services.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister also officiated at a charity fundraising for WOW's Kids Fiji in Sydney.
We gather together to pour out our hearts and open our pockets to the young children in Fiji who show great strength and courage in a battle harder than any we have ever fought. The fight against the tragic and heartbreaking disease that is childhood cancer.
More than $30,000 was collected at the fundraiser, and this will be handed over to the WOW's Kids Fiji. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Still to come, royal visit to go down in the record books. And we speak to a tailor who's been sewing for Fijian elites. Details after the break.
Bula, nevang go malakay leloma, go ngay nakas on the wakarong ng bula feb, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sa lambasa,
Então, do talita ina warong ina Bula FM number 2 ina sere.
Gue do tumeli aku ina tau no hinga toka. Talita kina na warong ina Bula FM number 2 ina sere.
Wana tunga na Bula FM number 2 ina sere ina.
Na vengo fani na tau niongo singa toka. Kita do talita kana Bula FM number 2 ina sere.
Bula FM number 2 ina sere.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expected in Fiji in less than 48 hours. British High Commissioner to Fiji, Melanie Hopkins, says with Fiji part of the royal couple's first official tour, it's already one for the record books. With several engagements, the High Commissioner says there are a few occasions where the general public will get a chance to witness the royal couple out and about.
Formal welcome ceremony at Albert Park, and it will be held in similar fashion to the ceremony that was conducted for Her Majesty the Queen in 1953. And their Royal Highnesses feel deeply honoured by this, and they've been learning about the significance of the Kava ceremony in Fijian tradition.
Arriving in Nadi on Tuesday, Prince Harry and Meghan will spend 3 days in Fiji, and other than joint events, they will attend a number of individual events as well.
Where they'll be meeting students from fields such as engineering and innovation, conservation oceans, another very big issue for them, and really talking about youth leadership generally to reflect the Duke's role as the Commonwealth Youth Ambassador. And Her Royal Highness, the Duchess at that point, will be coming to my residence for a tea where she's going to meet some incredible women from all walks of Fijian life.
40 inmates of Nasinu Correction Centre will be pioneers of a vocational centre that will be opened at the vicinity next month. Fiji Corrections Service Commissioner Commander Francis Keane says this will be a milestone achievement for them in an effort to rehabilitate offenders. Savara Tambor reports these inmates fall below 25 years of age, with majority being first offenders.
The Nasinu Corrections Centre will be the first in the country to offer vocational training for inmates, made possible by the partnership between the Education Ministry and the Fiji Higher Education Commission.
Segregation of those under our care is very important because of the threat of contamination, and that's why we want to cordon wool these young offenders to ensure that when they leave our care, they don't go back and reoffend. They go back and be law-abiding citizens and again go and contribute positively to society.
The training that will be offered include caregiving, cooking, sewing, engineering and others. Commander Francis Keane hopes a similar type of vocational training is extended to other correction services around the country.
Hopefully we will try and extend this to the other division in the west particularly, and also up in the northern divisions. But most important for us is to have the infrastructure available to be able to deliver this type of vocational training.
There are currently 164 inmates at the Nasinu Correction Services. Savera Tamboa, FBC News.
More than 500 people turned up at the Damodar Centre car park in Suva last night to take part in the 2018 Mirchi FM and Radio Fiji 2 Diwali Dandiya Dhoom competition. Radio Mirchi's program director Renika Gandra says this is the second year the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation has organised the competition. Rangoli and Thali competitions was also organised. Gandra says more than 12 participants took part in the competition. A similar competition will be organised next year as well. The love of a family is life's greatest blessing, as the saying goes, and so too in business. In tonight's Successful Fijian, we head to the old capital, Levuka, to meet the Vallab family, whose tailoring business has dressed Fijian chiefs, British colonial government officials, as well as most residents from the township in the last 94 years. Maggie Boyle tells their story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Situated in the heart of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Vallab & Sons is a business almost a century old. Born out of necessity, Navin's grandfather arrived in Fiji in 1924 and started his business as a tailor, given the market demands at the time.
Those old days, they were the tailor. You don't get many ready-made clothes, so Morris system, they give us a machine sewing machine to my dad, and clothes and everything. Then they do the sewing.
And with Levuka a thriving and bustling capital, it was only natural that Vallabh and Sons would dress Fiji's elite.
We were so close with this Ratu Mara and the family and the ministers. Whenever they need something, then they can come anytime, whatever they want. Doesn't matter it's Sunday or public holiday or whatever.
They will say, kere
Feel
kere
free.
tamana. They say to dead tamana. Aluvinaka, okay.
This first-generation Fijian Vallabh family, Levuka in the 1920s, was the best possible choice, which still rings true to date.
Because this is no place like Levuka. You know, it's a heaven. This place is like all one family. And you don't need to ask, we can come or we don't come, we just come. We're always welcome.
Passing down the legacy, Navin is nostalgic about how he took over the reins of the business.
I got to help Dad in a business, so I was here with my big brother. And my big brother was interested in the photograph. Was taking photos, parties, wedding.
However, getting on in age, the Vallabh family are concerned with who will take over the shop when they retire.
Only when we need them, they come, they'll help us for a week or 2 or 3 weeks, but they won't take over. This family business for 94 years, what's gonna happen now?
Meanwhile, with the business 6 years shy of 100, taking care of customers has been a motto that has withstood the test of time.
Look after them nicely, talk nicely to the people. No, like you look after them, talk like friendly.
And while the Vallabh shop is a certifiable museum with relics such as the old Singer sewing machine and a pair of scissors from the 1920s still in use, it's love that has kept this legacy together.
At last, I got married. She's from Taviuni, from Somo. We got married in 72. 46 years now, been married.
Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
In sports tonight, Sevu re-shines in Waikato's win in Mitre 10 semi-final. And few upsets created in Nosori Open snooker tournament. This and more coming up.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosori. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosori. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic.
The Fiji Airways Drua secured a great comeback from behind to beat Canberra Vikings 35-28 at Lautoka's Churchill Park to claim a home final. The Drua were down 23-7 in the second spell and suddenly erupted to score 4 tries to steal the win from the Vikings. The Fiji Airways Fijiana Sevens team had a poor start in the opening leg of the 2018-2019 Women's Sevens Series in Glendale, USA. The Fiji women's side lost its first pool against Canada 26-7. They were then hammered by France 45-12 in their second pool game before getting thrashed by Ireland 59-7 in their last pool match. Meanwhile, the Cup quarterfinals have been confirmed for tomorrow. New Zealand will play Ireland in the first Cup quarterfinal at 4:30 a.m. Canada will meet Russia at 4:52 a.m. in the second quarterfinal. England will take on France in the third quarters at 5:14 a.m., while Australia will play USA at 5:36 a.m. Fiji will meet China at 6:20 a.m. in the Challenge Trophy semi-finals tomorrow. 4 tries from Fijian-born winger Severis have helped book Waikato a place in next week's Mitre 10 Cup Championship final, beating Northland 48-26. Both teams showed a classic performance in the first half, where they tied 21 all at half-time. 31 top snooker players from around the country are competing in the Nosori Open Snooker Tournament that's underway at the Nosori Club. The 3-day tournament has seen a tight competition as the individuals vie for the top honour. Melita Vanga reports.
A few upsets were created today as the Nosori Snooker Tournament got intense in the finals.
Thought there would be no upsets, but then there were some upsets. Epe Limbua lost to Salen Gounder from Nandi. That was considered an upset. My brother Yogen Prasad didn't make it to the pre-quarters. That was he was a top bet to come from his pool.
The tournament committee says discipline in the sport is very important as it creates good results.
It's very important that discipline is involved. Discipline is involved. Like in this tournament, we take a fine in advance. And only the players who abide by all the rules of this tournament get the refund.
7-time winner Deepak J. Ram says the tournament has been able to identify new talents.
From around all the players came to play this tournament. All the like A grades players were most, and like 4 or 5 players from B grade, and 1 guy came from Lamasa to play this tournament.
The final will be held at 8 p.m. tonight, with the winner walking away with $1,000 prize money and the runners-up win $400. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
A ruthlessly efficient Australian team have beaten Mate Ma'atonga 34-16 in last night's historic rugby league clash in Auckland. The final 40 minutes proved a much tighter affair, with both sides finding it hard to breach the defensive line. Well, in weather, a trough of low pressure remains just to the north of Vanuatu and is expected to gradually drift south later today. This simply means that cloud and showers will continue to affect the country. We take a look at the west. It was not as hot as usual, but there was more sun today. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, similar wet and cold conditions with some thunderstorms in some areas. And up north, weather was fine with some sun, although cloudy conditions prevailed mostly in the afternoon. At sea, east-southeast winds 20 to 25 knots. Winds are expected to become east to northeast tomorrow. For the tides, the high tide will be at 4:04 a.m. with low tide at 9:04 p.m. Sunrise at 5:37 a.m. As for tomorrow, similar conditions will prevail. It will be fine in the west and north, but the Central Division will continue to receive rain. And as we look further on to Tuesday, some showers and possible thunderstorms are expected as well. Recapping the main stories, more war of words erupt between Fiji First and the NFP. Political party rallies intensify, and PM assures November 14 will be free, fair and transparent. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Onto our poll question segment. This week, we're asking, are you happy with the caliber of candidates contesting the election? You can visit our FBC website to answer. You can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us through our Facebook page, FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News, or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.